NRA attempts to distance itself from trip to Moscow in 2015.
Here's a summary of the article.
NRA outside counsel William Brewer spoke on the matter earlier this week, stating that NRA CEO Wayne Lapierre was against the travel plans. It's not credible for the NRA to claim that they played no official role in the 2015 Moscow trip, Wyden said. The NRA's belated explanation for the 2015 Russia trip doesn't pass the smell test, and the key question remains, why did so many high-level officials and supporters of this purportedly all-American organization fly to Moscow to schmooze with Putin officials? An email from an employee of the gun organization seems to indicate that the NRA would reimburse one of the members' travel expenses for their travels to Moscow. In that same email, the NRA employee said that the group would be given gifts to hand off to their Russian hosts, provided again by the NRA itself. A separate email from Bettina indicates that she herself likely saw the trip as one approved by the NRA. In that email, she told the organization that she'd be meeting their delegation with a big red sign saying, "Welcome NRA." Members of that delegation included former NRA President David Keane, future NRA President Pete Brownell, and several other NRA dignitaries.
This post received a score of 8,050, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
It's not credible for the NRA to claim that they played no official role in the 2015 Moscow trip, Wyden said.
In your face.
Who are the people in the photo?
According to this website, they are Putin operatives Alexander Torshin and Maria Bettina, NRA delegates David Keane, Pete Brownell, Joe Gregory and Sheriff David A. Clark, Jr.
Fuck Sheriff Clark. How anyone could continue to support that guy is beyond me.
Diet racists like him because they can point to him and say, "See, even this black guy says we're right. He's one of the honest ones."
I knowed he was white inside. Mark Twain.
Greater than an email from an employee of the gun organization seems to indicate that the NRA would reimburse one of the members' travel expenses for their travels to Moscow. In that same email, the NRA employee said that the group would be given gifts to hand off to their Russian hosts, provided again by the NRA itself. All very above board, I'm sure.
I wonder if NRA would agree with Russian stance on guns. Imagine if Obama tried to implement this in the United States. They would all go bananas.
Yeah, but Obama is a black man, not an orange one.
Orange will never be the new black.
Did you just come up with that?
It had to be said.
As an outsider, it's a bit weird how America's staunchest red meat-eating, Ruski-hating anti-commies now seem to be the ones cozying up to Russia. I bet there's an awful lot of gun-toting rednecks who aren't at all happy about this turn of events.
As an American who grew up through part of the Cold War, it's pretty weird. But Putin has successfully positioned himself as some kind of conservative hero. Even though Russia does not have the strongest freedom of religion and not strong gun ownership rights either. Since Putin's regime oppresses gay people, feminists, Muslims, and other targets of conservative hatred, that makes him A-OK.
Exactly. The agendas match up well enough and both are backed by authoritarian means to the ends.
I'm less interested in what an American lobbyist group was doing with a Russian lobbyist group than I am with what a Republican-only delegation did in Russia on July 4.
Russia has been cultivating ties to the right wing of U.S. politics for some time. They were doing it with the NRA. They were doing it when Flynn was invited to eat at Putin's table. Jill Stein, who would take votes away from Hillary, was also invited to the same table. They were doing it with Trump. They eventually scored the bullseye with Trump, getting a compromised Russian asset into the Oval Office, and now Trump is doing an immense amount of damage to the U.S. and the Western alliance, just as Putin wanted. SMH.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.